So yeah, let's pretend none of that happened. So yeah, I was a lorry driver and I was delivering, I think it was Heathrow Airport. But anyway, wherever I was, there was a lorry driver in a bit of a pickle, and it was a Scania. And yeah, so some lorry drivers are really helpful, some are horrible and like watching others suffer. So I'm the helpful sort. So I could see the problem, and I could see that he was struggling and having a really bad day. So I decided to park my lorry up, because I was blocked. I couldn't do anything until he'd moved. No one could. So I walked past all the other lorry drivers who were shouting and yeah, all that kind of stuff, becoming impatient. Walked past all of them, and I went up to him and I said that I'd help him. So I was telling him what way to put the steering wheel to get out of this situation. And yeah, and he was on the brink of failure, and he just got out and he said, "Can you do it?" And what I should have said was, "No, sorry." Oh, just blinded him. I should have said, "No, sorry, I can't." But instead I went, "Yeah, okay." So then, yeah, all of a sudden I'm in a Scania with some weird clutch. I really don't know what it was about. And yeah, moving this lorry that was kind of diagonal, and only being able to see one side of the trailer as well. It was a really bad experience, but I got it out and it would have looked really good. So some people cope really badly under pressure, but that day I coped really well. Got his lorry out for him, and yeah, he was eternally grateful. And yeah, then I walked back, got into my lorry, and yeah, I was still in shock. But yeah, so I haven't driven that many manual lorries. The first one I drove for probably half an hour or something, and then yeah, the other two 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know why we sort of stopped helping people out when someone's not having a good day, or when someone needs help. So many people just abandon them, and I think it's disgusting. So I'm not religious or anything, but I believe in karma. So I think if you're nice to people, if you're nice to strangers, nice to your friends and everything, when you need someone to be nice to you, it's much more likely to happen. And I've been in situations before where I really needed help, and yeah, it's happened. People have given me the help that I need. But I've also been in situations where yeah, you just need some basic help. So years ago, I was near Dartford, and an old lady in a Morris Minor had broken down, and she was blocking the road. And yeah, so I was just on my way to work. I didn't live in Dartford, but I worked in Dartford. Just on my way to work, I came across her, and yeah, people were bibbing and shouting, and it was just a frail old little lady. So I went past, because there was a lay-by just not too far away from her. So parked in the lay-by, ran back, and I just told her, "I'm going to push you into the lay-by, so all you need to do is steer." So yeah, started pushing it, and Morris Minors, so they weigh a lot. I didn't expect it. I was absolutely knackered pushing this Morris Minor. I think there might have been a bit of a hill as well. So yeah, if I saw someone pushing this car, I wouldn't overtake it. I'd get out and help, because it was obvious what I was trying to do. But people were shouting at me, swearing at me, as if it was my car. My car was fine. I had a Fiat Punto at the time, and yeah, that was absolutely fine. That hadn't broken down. But no one wants to help each other out anymore. It's not right. It just takes a few minutes. It doesn't cost you anything. And when someone does help you out, it restores your faith in humanity. So even though she's still having a bad day because her car broken down, you could just tell that, you know, I made her day a little bit better, and it didn't cost me a thing. Come on, mate. Cheers. Can't tell what that is. Is it stopped or what? I'm going. Got gridlock. Oh, caused. Yeah, and even like if you see someone broken down on the side of the road, just stop and ask whether whether there's someone on their way to help them out or something. They might not have a phone, or it might be out of battery or something. But just spending, you know, a minute to make sure that they're all right, to try and calm them down. When I was a lorry driver, actually, I remember I was driving along and a car had broken down, and yeah, they had a dog, and you know when a dog's really hot, you can tell when a dog's thirsty. So I just stopped, asked them whether everyone was alright, and they said yes. And I was looking at the dog, and I said, "Do you want some water for the dog?" And yeah, the woman was really pleased. So quickly went back to the lorry, always had at least 5 litres of water. So yeah, just gave her a bottle of water. It cost, I think, £1 from Tesco. And yeah, so it cost me £1, but it meant that the dog wasn't in distress. I don't think I'm a hero or something, but just be a human being, be kind. You get to see some really nice things as a lorry driver as well. Well, if you work for a decent company. So the second company I worked for, I was mostly delivering to London. And yeah, I delivered car parts in the middle of the night. And yeah, not very nice. But yeah, the first company I worked for went all over. And where you're higher up, you get to see out in fields and stuff. And I remember once I was stuck in awful traffic on the M25. I think it was the M25. And yeah, I was just sat there, engine off, because nothing had moved for 10 or 15 minutes. I can't remember what happened. But yeah, I was just sat there. And because I was higher up, I could see into fields and stuff. And I was just watching horses run around the field. So yeah, young horses, and there was a few older horses in there as well. But yeah, it was just really, I don't know, special. It felt like, I don't know, I can't explain it. But yeah, it was nice to see kind of animals enjoying themselves. But you wouldn't see that in a car. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to overtake this, aren't I? Right, let's try this. Ridiculously dangerous, but... Yep. Cheers, mate. Yeah, it was a really hot day as well that day, so that makes people's mood even worse when they're stuck in traffic. If there was cars around me and I could hear arguments happening. For the second company that I worked for, I was on hourly, so if I'm honest, when I started losing my patience with them, I used to get stuck in traffic on purpose. Because I was hourly paid, so if you treat your staff like crap, they expect that kind of thing. Yeah, one of the drops when I worked for that company was right near my house, and so because I was an agency worker, I don't think the company actually knew where I lived. So one of the drops was literally 15 minutes walk, no, 5 minutes walk from my house. So I always used to do that drop second to last, and yeah. So I am hard working, but when someone pushes too far and tries to make you do illegal things, I've got no respect for them anymore. So yeah, when I had that route, I'd do that one second to last, and then yeah, I'd literally just walk home. And one day I walked home and I was very tired, fell asleep, and I woke up 3 hours later, and yeah, this lorry was just abandoned at a Renault dealer where I'd done the delivery. So I went running back, jumped in my lorry, had one more delivery to do, so I quickly went and did that delivery, and that was a Mazda, and the staff were actually there. I hardly ever used to see staff, only cleaners. But yeah, someone from Mazda was actually there, and he said, "Oh, I don't think I've ever seen a delivery driver before, and I said, yeah, I've been running really late tonight. I said I started at 10 o'clock, and yeah, so did that delivery, flying back to the depot at rush hour as well. And yeah, when I pulled up, all the next shift were there loading their lorries up, and my lorry was needed as well. And yeah, so I parked it up, went to log out, and my name was written on the notice board. So yeah, the shift manager asked me to go into his office, and I said yep. So I went into his office, and he said, what's happened, because your shift has been, you know, really long, you're back really late. And yeah, I just said I got blocked in, I couldn't do anything about it. And then yeah, my keys got stuck in one of the padlocks. So we used to have a massive bundle of keys working for there. And yeah, I said my keys got stuck in a padlock. I didn't want to leave the dealership open, so I had no way of securing it. And yeah, got away with it. But in actual fact, they'd been paying me fairly good money to be at home sleeping. But that's the thing, so the first company, they respected me. So if something like that happened, I would have said, right, don't pay me for that shift. It was my fault, so don't pay me for it. But because they had no respect for their staff, yeah, it was easy money. What's up with these tractors? I wish my truck reflected on the back as well. I like my truck. Yeah, because that truck that you can see there is the one that's behind me. Right, we're going off here anyway. Oh, so's the tractor. Yeah, so if you're driving a slow moving vehicle, when you start holding up traffic, you're meant to find a suitable place and allow the traffic to, yeah, get past. Obviously this is a game, so it's not going to happen. But in real life, yeah, if you're driving a slow moving vehicle, just pull over, let people pass. Right, this is stupid, but I'm doing it. This is really stupid. It's alright, it's only the police that witnessed it. yeah, for a 10-year-old game, I think this is excellent. So, yeah, 2012, I think this was released, and there's still updates now. It's absolutely excellent. So I'm running Pro Mods 2.62, as you've probably seen in the loading screen, and yeah, and I've got all the add-on packs, and I bought them from a website that give you them slightly cheaper, so it's not illegal. It's not knockoff Nigel. But yeah, still through Steam. And I think all of them together were about 25 quid or something. It wasn't much. And it's worth it because Pro Mods is excellent. And it's free as well. I don't really understand how they make their money. Yeah, there's another YouTuber who was complaining about Pro Mods not being realistic enough. You do it then. Yeah, we certainly like to complain about things. There are some issues that really need to be sorted with this game. But, yeah. But they still keep working on it. They haven't just run away with the money in 2012. They just keep adding to it. Now what do I do? Aha. Magician. Oh no. Yeah, so the game isn't 100% realistic. Cheers. Yeah, seeing as we've just come out of a port as well, so yeah, had an awful experience at a port once. So yeah, I think it was the first time, or one of the first times I went on a ferry in a lorry, and they're confusing. So the signposts are all, yeah, small. A lot of them don't make any sense, so it will say trucks that way, trucks that way, and they'll be in different directions. And yeah, and the staff was so unhelpful and just treated like crap. So yeah, there was one bloke. So obviously there's going to be really nice staff there, but Holyhead. There was one bloke who was directing cars and vehicles into the kind of queue, and he pointed at me and then pointed in a direction, so I went in that direction, and then as I was driving past him, he was shouting at me and he was saying, "That's for cars." And I said, "You pointed in this direction." And he said that he was saying, "Don't go in there, that's for cars." But when you've got a lorry, you know, an engine running, you can't hear all that well. And yeah, he must deal with thousands of lorries a day. Hopefully he doesn't work there anymore. But yeah. But yeah, I'm sure there's some great staff there, but every time I think about Holyhead, I just think about that one man. Oh, messed it up. Right, what you got for me? In the future, I'll go abroad. Right. Well, I'm going to use my burner. I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee. All the best.